When some of them dropped out of school, many assumed they would end up like the majority of their peers, lost and useless to society. But these young farmers at Tafo in Kumasi now own a herd of bulls thanks to their small savings and humble beginnings. Their cattle are of excellent quality and one will cost you at least 10,000 cedis. On this Workers' Day, Jory News' Mahmoud Mohamed Nuruddin tells the story of these young farmers who are making it beyond the odds.
Though they have not been able to continue their education, they are balancing life by providing what the world needs while impacting their own lives. One of the farmers, Jibril, Nashiru and Taru, takes me on a tour of their small farm, a model farm that says a lot about him and his colleagues in their 20s and 30s. In 2020, Jibril had nothing, but today he currently owns 4 bulls and has already sold some to help support his family.
Since the Nafari queue, benefiting the Nasamish chicken queue, Alhamdulillah,
I've freed many benefits from animal husbandry and have helped my parents care for my younger siblings while they pursue their education. Some of my friends have also joined in the animal rearing because of the numerous benefits. Other university graduates have also joined us.
Help. University school
If he had been faint-hearted, he would have given up on life because his teachers had told him that the grey matter between his shoulders could not propel him to success.
Some teachers frequently discourage students by telling them that we can only prosper through formal education, but this did not dampen my determination to pursue my dream of animal husbandry.
Together with his colleagues, they own about 100 bulls on a small plot in the middle of Old Tafo Zongo, a suburb of Kumasi. Ismail Abdallah, another senior high school graduate, is among the owners. Not everyone will be able to pursue formal education, but anyone can work and prosper. Because God is so good, I began by rearing sheep and goats and gradually progressed to cattle rearing. I began with 2 bulls and by the grace of God, I now have 4 bulls with plans to increase the number as time goes on. He says they have no reason to become a burden on society simply because they dropped out or were unable to continue their education.
Our society believes that without formal education, one is unable to progress in life. However, there are numerous occupations that can also lead to success in life. We have some young people here who combine animal rearing and education, and they mostly use the proceeds from their animal sales to pay for their education. For those of us who are adults and married, we rely on the rearing and sale of animals to provide for our families.
The farm has become a model for many people in the area and beyond. Jaif Abdurazak is one of the farmers.
This is what we can do to help the nation. We are not doing it to help ourselves alone, but to help the nation. Whoever finds his child in this job should rather help the fellow than to kill the spirit of that person. We are not doing anything bad here. If you look around, you know that we are doing something good here.
The farmers continue to sell their bulls because the farm has limited space.
We have more than 13 gerke here. Yeah, I'll just say it in our local language, gerke. We have more than 13. And each gerke takes more than 3 people Some are even 4, lack of land. We don't have space here. So that's why we are managing. If you look around, if you go any garke, you will see that more than 5 cows are there, 6, 7, but it's not for one person. Every day we're going up and down, up and down. Even to get water for them is always a problem. But still, we are trying our best. So we need prayers, we need support.
Those who previously thought life would treat these young men unfairly because they were unable to further their education will be filled with jealousy once they learn how much the farmers make.
Alhamdulillah,
We could buy a bull for 3,000 cedis or 4,000 cedis last year and rear it. You could sell it for around 8,000 cedis during Eid al-Adha. However, due to the current exchange rate, they could cost between 10,000 and 12,000 cedis or higher depending on the size of the bull. As a result, bulls are expensive this year. The sky is the limit for these cattle farmers. Everyone, according to them, holds the key to their destiny. What they do with it will determine the course of their lives. A report by Mohammed Nuruddin.
The Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abujinapo, has indicated the president is still very committed to the fight against illegal mining, despite recent allegations of high-level political interference. He insisted that he still has the backing of the president in his quest to deal with the Galamsey menace. He was speaking to the press on the sidelines of a National Youth Conference on Natural Resource and Environmental Governance.
The National Youth Conference on Natural Resources and Environmental Governance is aimed at including the youth in the planning, implementation, and evaluation of environmental issues. Executive Coordinator for the Youth Network for Development, Chibeze Ezekiel, emphasized the need for promoting public education to raise awareness on the importance of preserving our natural environment.
I think it has to do with the level of awareness or education, because if people are told to plant trees and they don't see the value or the importance, then they will not be motivated or encouraged to plant trees. But if you're able to engage them, let them understand why they must plant trees, I think that will go a long way to get the youth involved to plant trees.
Addressing the media, the Minister for Lands and Natural Resources, Samuel Abujinapo, who was the keynote speaker for the event, assured that the government's continuous commitment to the fight against illegal mining is unwavering.
The president will not countenance any interference. If there's one person who's been committed to this fight against illegal small-scale mining, it is President Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo. I've worked with him closely, and I mean closely. And I do know that his commitment to this fight is totally unflinching. And indeed, it will be scandalous, and it will be far-fetched, and it will be impossible for President Akufo-Addo to interfere in the fight against illegal small-scale mining. Indeed, on the contrary, he's a man who's giving me all the courage, who's giving me all the strength, who's giving me all the backing and authority and mandate to go frontal.
Meanwhile, NP for Medina, Francis Xavier Susu, indicated that the government is being hypocritical in its fight against environmental degradation.
Promises made by government and commitment made by government must be backed with action. Sometimes it is quite disappointing to know that government can make very beautiful commitment to, afforestation, make very beautiful commitment to protection of the environment, and yet at the blind side of all Ghanaians, they become the leaders of the environmental degradation. For me, that is duplicity, and that is hypocrisy, and that is bad faith. That is not taking the people of Ghana seriously.
The conference served as a platform for young green entrepreneurs to showcase their innovative climate and waste management solutions to attract partnerships and investments.
What are these products made from? They are made up of used materials. I don't call them waste. Used materials like cardboard, old newspapers, plastic bottles, disposable spoons, champagne bottles, seashells, Yeah.
Can you walk us through your products?
I'm Jessica from Econexus Ventures, and then we are a waste to energy company. We convert agro waste to ethanol fuel for cooking. So we have here the ethanol fuel. We call it Eco Gel, yes, because it's quite jelly-like. So this is made from pineapple waste, cashew apples, and then sugarcane molasses. So this fuel comes with its specific stove. So without the stove, you can't use the gel, and without the gel, you can't use the stove.
The theme for this year's National Youth Conference was centered on promoting effective youth participation in governance of the natural resources and environmental sector. Esther Nkromet's report read to you.
We're still live on The Pulse, and we're coming to you live from our studios in Kokomlemle. We're taking a break. When we return, there's more for you.